evening, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. I'm sitting here under the light, and I must say that I believe that I have hit the sweet spot. I actually scored a 100 on the My Air app on today, and that's because I had gotten some new mouth tape, which was perfect, and then also because of the light, I would assume. What I'm doing now, instead of running the light on high, I just run it on low. I turn it on when I get up. As soon as I start stirring around and come to the living room, I turn it on low. I leave it on all day because the low setting is just a regular lamp setting, but like I explained before, is 5,000 lux, which is twice the amount that I was getting from my initial sun lamp, the one with the birds and all that. That's right beside my bed. And it's half of what this one provides for the highest setting, which is 10,000 lux. So at 5,000, that seems to be the perfect amount for me. So I leave it on all day since you can. You know, the 10,000, they say 20 to 30 minutes, and you should go no higher than that. But on 5,000, you can just run it as long as you want. So I turn it on first thing when I get up. I woke up at 8 this morning. I didn't really crawl out of bed until about 10. And so I turned it on at 10. And I run it until about 9 o'clock at night. So I use it as if it's the sun during the full day. And I actually feel like I normally feel during the summer. I've noticed that in the past few days. I haven't taken any naps throughout the day. I've been getting in bed no later than midnight. But last night I got in bed before midnight. I went to sleep. Of course, I always watch TV. I turn the TV on. And since it's on an alarm, it cuts off at a certain time, unless I change the alarm setting. Like if I'm up all night, I'll just turn the alarm of the TV off and just watch it while I'm up all night. But the TV went off at whatever time the alarm is for. I think it's for like 3 or 4 in the morning. And so when I woke up, let's see, I got to sleep at about, I would at least say 12:30-ish. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and my air showed that I actually slept a few minutes over 8 hours, and it only records your sleeping when you are asleep. Once you wake up, then it stops recording, and it will resume if, like, say you get up to go to the bathroom or something like that. You have 10 minutes to get back, and then it will resume where you left off. If you don't get back in time, which has happened with me, not from getting up to go to the bathroom, just being woke in general, and it cuts off. And if I'm not back asleep in 10 minutes, it starts all over. So if I go to sleep later, which I have, like maybe an hour later, I've drifted back off, it starts all over. And so you have to basically add those numbers, to whatever number you get. But it's not going to show that according to what your physician looks at. It's just going to show that I scored a 39 that day that I was up all night. I actually scored a 39 from that nap that I took later on. So my doctor gets the 39, and he could decide to call and say, what happened? That he probably figured it out or whatever, because I never heard from them, but I have that low score of 39. That's the lowest I'd ever scored. I've scored in the 50s before, which is considered low, but 50 is better than 39, okay? Anyway, off of that, just know I've hit the sweet spot, and I scored 100 on last night, which meant that everything went perfect. I slept the amount of time I was supposed to sleep. They allow you 5 events per night. That's considered normal. So, and you score according to that. So if you get 5 or less events, you'll score a 5 on that. I scored a 5, and it showed I only had 3 events last night. So that's the best I've ever done. And then for every other thing that they score you on, I scored a perfect score. You have to score perfectly in order to get 100. I've got 98, 99 before, plenty of times, and that's good. But 100, that's rare, unless you have your right equipment. So I called Apria on today, and they informed me, actually they had sent me a notice because they sent my statement. And so I had already paid that, but I said, let me call to make sure that they received the pay, because I do everything online. So sure enough, they had received it. It was a computer generated statement, but it also stated that my supplies were shipped out today. So I wanted to make sure that they had shipped out the right supply, which is that new blessed mask. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't owe anything and all that. So it did ship out. She said I should get it anytime between Friday and Saturday. She said because it did ship. So they're right in Madison Heights, which is less than 20 miles from me. So I may end up getting it tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm in, so I'm done with everything. I had to go today. I mentioned on yesterday about the glaucoma. Well, as it turns out, it's steroidal-induced glaucoma, which is no better. But the point is, it's from the steroids because it's in the eye that was affected by optic neuritis. And my IOP was, or the pressure in that eye was a 24. The pressure should be no higher than 12. And sometimes they'll accept 18, but my doctor was saying they'll accept 18, but he said 24 is high for it to be in just one eye, because the other eye was fine. So that's how he knows that it has something to do with the scarring from the plaque that I had on that eye when I was first diagnosed with MS over 20 years ago, and the fact that I've been on steroids on and off for the past 20 years, and I hate steroids. In fact, I refuse them half the time unless I'm having a bad flare to where there's no avoidance. And last year I had a bad flare, and my neurologist told me that I would get the lowest dose, which they started me at. And then next thing I know, they had upped the dose, and I didn't know it until it was too late. They were pumping it in my veins at the time. So once you get that high dose, you're in for it. And I suffered, and I was mad. And I told my doctor the next time I'll refuse it. I said, because you said that I would get the low dose. He said, well, your MRI showed. I was like, at least someone should have said something. And then I would have had the choice to say, do I want to suffer like this with this high dose, or do I want to either try take the dose up or refuse it altogether and take my chances? I should have had that choice, and I didn't, and that kind of upset me because, I suffered from that. I was out all last winter because, let's see, I went in the hospital right before Christmas. I got out Christmas Eve. I ended up having to go through physical therapy from December of last year all the way through until March. I was dealing with the physical therapy and all that stuff. My whole winter was just ruined, all because of those steroids. And so now here we're dealing with this steroidal-induced glaucoma. So I called and made my appointment. He wanted me to make an appointment with Dr. Siegel. And so I called Dr. Siegel's office today, and my appointment is set for the 6th of January in the afternoon. And my sister will be taking me because they will need to dilate my eyes. The doctor wanted to do that yesterday, and I told him, well, I don't have a driver, and you cannot see after being dilated. I said, and it's almost dark out. I said, unless you want me wrapped around the pole, I would suggest you don't put that last drop in, because he had put all these other drops in that, one to numb my eye because he had to touch my eyeball with this little instrument. It was a lot of things he had to do. And I understand the importance, and I understand because my sister said, well, I could have taken you yesterday. I said, but I had no idea that this was going to occur. It was just a regular optometry appointment. I said, otherwise, I would have had you to take me, and then he could have done the dilation then. But everything, he said, based on what he saw, other than the pressure being high, everything else looked good, other than, my thing changed. My prescription for my lenses changed for the left. It remained pretty much the same for the right. It only went up like maybe 1 point. So he said it won't even be much of a difference with the right. He said, but the left, there will be. And so I told him that's okay. And then we found out my peripheral vision wasn't as well in my left eye. I flunked the test, when they did that test. The right eye, I did excellent with that. I didn't miss any, because what they do is they flash these things all the way around, and you have to press this button every time you see a flash. Well, with the right eye, everything was fine. With the left eye, I might have gotten 1 or 2 out of that, and it was because it was flashing right in front of my eyeball and not anywhere around. So I like his equipment because it's no way you can cheat on it or anything like that. Then he did the regular, eye exam and all that stuff. I was in there about, let's see, my appointment was at 3. I didn't get out of there until it was almost 5, because by the time I got to the ice cream place, it was 5 o'clock and it was dark by the time I got home, but at least, it was a straight shot and it was no problem. Okay, so, and that ice cream, y'all, what I ended up getting, I got the strawberry shortcake, and I done just about ate all that. And I was mad at myself because I was in such a great haste to get my ice cream. I got the large size, but it wasn't until after I paid for that I saw that you could actually customize. You could get a quart, you can get a pint, and you can get the big thing, like what you would buy in the store of ice cream. I guess 5 quarts or whatever that size is. And it's cheaper. For $2 more, I could have gotten the pint. And then for $3 more, I could have gotten the quart. And then I think for $10, I could have gotten the regular ice cream size. I could have gotten a lot more bang for my buck. So I'll remember that when I go back to pick up my glasses, because I'll be going again. But anyway, I got the strawberry shortcake. So like I said, I've just about eaten all that. I'll eat some tonight, and that'll be the end of that. I got maybe 6 or 7 spoonfuls left, and that's it. But then they had the ice cream, the coffee flavored ice cream. Boy, back when Starbucks ice cream was out, and they don't make it anymore, but boy, I was addicted to that stuff. I was going through it, okay? And see, I love coffee, but I cannot drink coffee. Even decaffeinated caffeinated just sends my heart just going wild, and that's because of the tachycardia. Well, I tried decaffeinated, and although decaffeinated doesn't send my heart going crazy, it wires me up and all that. So I was like, okay, this is something I can't deal with. Then I got addicted to coffee nips, and I can still eat those, but those are hard to find now. So if I see some, I'll get them, but I haven't seen coffee nips. It's probably been about 3 years since I've last seen some coffee nips. So when they had this coffee ice cream, I asked her, is it caffeinated? She's like, yes, it is. She said, and it's good. And so I said, okay. I said, I want some coffee so bad. I said, I'm going to go on and get some. I was like, but I say, how much is the small, teeny tiny one? She was like, oh, for the coffee, that'll be $5. I was like, I ain't paying no $5 for no 2 little scoops of coffee ice cream. So she was like, well, why don't you get the child's size? I was like, what's the child size? She was like, in that small cup, but it's only like 1 scoop. So I was like, okay. And that was only like $1.50 or something like that. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. She filled that thing up. And when I say she filled it up to the brim, so when I got home, I took a scoop of it, and I tell you, I almost hit the floor. Ooh, it was so good. Good God. Woo. So I did that. Then I ended up before bed. Why? I don't know. But I took another scoopful. It didn't bother me. I got to sleep. Then this morning when I got up, I took 2 scoopfuls, and I still have a lot in there. It's like I still have about 3 or 4 more scoopfuls left. That's just how much she filled that little thing. I should go get it, but nope, because if I do, I'll sit here and eat it. So I'll be dealing with that, and it hasn't bothered me one bit. So I said, okay, next time, I'm not going to get the big thing of the coffee ice cream. No, I better not, because I'll lose control. I already know. But I will get not that kid size, but I'll get the size, that medium size or large size that I got of the other one, you know, that I bought, the strawberry shortcake. I'll get that. Okay. And then I can just eat on it whenever, you know, take a scoopful here and there. So that'll be my coffee fix because, like I said, I love coffee. Okay, next thing, and we're going to be on here because we already at 15 minutes and I haven't even begun to cover everything, but I'll try to keep it quick, y'all. Okay, so that's it. So my appointment is the 6th of January, and I will keep you updated on that. And you'll see my new glasses once I pick those up. I'm still working on my shawl, and I love this. To me, it kind of have a southwestern feel. I don't know why. Maybe it's the yellow and the red together or whatever. And as you can see, I started it with the orange, and I put just 2 rows of the white, and then I used the yellow. This is the edge. This is the side I will have around my neck. So when I wear it, it'll look like this. And then all the other colors will be at the bottom, but the collar part will look like this. And so I have my little, it's a little trinket that I plan to put on it. And that's the reason why I put those colors in that manner, because it matches this perfectly. So that will pin right there. This is going to be my favorite one. And so now I'm on the black, and that black just really kind of set it off. I love how that black is flowing with everything else. And I have 2 more colors left. I have this lime green, and I have the blue. So my next color is going to be the green, and then I'll end it with the blue. And I think it's going to be beautiful. So it's supposed to be 54 rows. This is going to be 58 rows when I'm done. So I'm doing 8 rows. And then with the exception of these 2 extra, each one is 8 rows. And so after I get through, it'll be 58 altogether, I believe. I know it's more than 54. It's either going to be 58 or 60. I can't remember. Let's see. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56, I believe. Okay, so it's going to be 56 because it's going to be 7 colors when it's over and done with, because we're on color 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now, and I have 2 more. So yeah, 8 times 7 is 56. So it's going to be, no, it'll be 56 rows, not 58. It'll be 56 instead of 54. And then I'll have the border. And I'm thinking of, if there's any black left, I think I might border it in black. If not, then I'll border it in red, because I have plenty of red left. And then I found some more of this yarn, y'all. It's a variegated. One is red and white, and the other one is blue and white. And then I had some red, white, and blue left over. So that's going to be my 4th of July shawl for next summer. I'm going to make another one just like this, but it's going to be in those colors. And I think that's going to be cute, too, for my little patriotic shawl. Okay, so we're off of that. 2 more things, and then I'm done. Y'all, I happened to look on the table today at the persimmons, and I was like, let me feel them and see if they're soft. One is too soft, and then this one is just right soft, and then the other 2 need maybe a day or 2 more. They have decided to ripen, finally. How long have I had these things? Over a month? So I brought my knife, and we're going to do a taste test of the persimmons, because this... Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I'm sitting up here looking, making sure I'm not seeing no fungus gnats. Now this one, I'm going to taste this one because, Diana, I'm trusting you. I'm going to cut that little worm spot or whatever that is off of it. It wasn't there when I bought it. So I'm going to double check. But see how wrinkly? See how my fingers are just squeezing right through? Now, Diana, you said that the more ripe it gets, the sweeter it is and the better it is. So if I don't, because I hate rotten stuff, or what I call rotten. I call it rotten, but I know it's just ripe. Now this one is perfect. So basically I brought both of these out because if I don't like this, because it might end up being just mental. If I don't like it, then we'll switch over to this. So I'm getting ready to cut it right now. And I'm away from that little spot that I don't like. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, it's very ripe. Okay, here it is. I got a piece right here, and this is the good side. It smells, oh, it smells really good. So let's see what it tastes like. Okay, here we go, y'all. I like it. It tastes like, it almost, I'm going to tell you what, it tastes like a combination of a peach and nectarine. It really does. Ooh, a piece just fell. Let me get that. It's slippery. It is, oh man, it is sweet. It's like honey, like you said, Diana. Okay, I'm glad I trusted you. I like it. Okay, y'all. Persimmon's on the list for next year if I see some. I really like this. And I can see it's not bad at all. It just looks bad around the skin, and I'm not eating that. I'm just eating the inside. So yeah, this is going to be a nice treat. So that this one here, we can leave this. I'm gonna let this get a little bit softer. So, and I've got two more in there that that's still hard. So yeah, I can enjoy these probably up until Christmas. And I'm not going to dehydrate them because they're too soft for all that. This is, I might give one to my sister because she'll be over. Wait a minute, I'm reaching behind the pillow. This is where I keep my spare paper towels because this one, I've already ruined it. Let me throw it away. Okay, I'll eat this later, but boy, wait, let me get one more. I like this. Ooh. Okay, y'all. Que-stead-Que likes persimmons. So I might have to get a tree after all, because, you know, there's one tree that can be grown in Michigan. It's cold hardy. And that's the one I bought before. I bought a little sapling. I can't even eat the thing now. I'm making a mess. So let me stop. I done spilled it on my blanket, y'all. Okay. Yeah, it's a, I ordered a sapling and it died on me because I had it in, first I had it in the container, and then I decided midsummer to stick it in the ground, and that's where I messed up. I should have stuck it in the ground from the beginning because it was like a dwarf type tree. And so had I stuck it in the ground, I think it would have taken hold and grown. And so I have some good soil back there, and I'm gonna get it stuck in a tree. I mean, in a tree, Lord. Is that persimmon making me drunk? I'm gonna get it stuck in the ground when I order the next one. And I think I'm gonna order from, what's that nursery that everybody loves? Starks. Because the one I ordered that thing off eBay. So I don't know what, you know, how it was started. I don't know anything about it. But you know, the Starks nursery, you know, they're tried and true. You pay more, but you're going to get a good product. And then they have that guarantee too. So I think I'm going to just order one from Starks in the spring of the year. And then I'll just plant it out in the back. I'll figure out a spot. You know what? I might put it in the front because y'all know I had that little bare spot that will not grow grass where I had the sweet potatoes last year. And it's some very good soil right there. So that would be a good spot to put it, because if it's a dwarf tree, it's not going to mess up anything. It's not going to shade me out or anything. So I think that's where I'm going to plant it up front. Just put it there and then decorate it. Okay, so last but not least, y'all, I went to Best Buy on today. I was going to check out the cameras again. And the reason why I went to Best Buy, first of all, I had to go get my eye drops for the glaucoma business. Because he said until I can get to the doctor, he wanted me to get some Systane. It's called, yeah, Systane gel drops. He said because my eyes were dry, he said, and all that. He's like, and I need to use this little teeny tiny thing, y'all. $13.99 for this teeny tiny. And so they only had 2 left. So I ended up going to Myers because I could have gotten it about $1 cheaper at Target, but Target was so packed. And Myers have an option where you can go in through another door, which is right at the pharmacy. And I knew this would be in the pharmacy area, and it was worth that extra $1 because I went through that door. I was right at the pharmacy. I went straight to the drops, and then the self-checkout was right there. And I went self-checked out, and I was in and out of there in probably 4 minutes, if not shorter, because I didn't look at anything else while I was in there. And the store was packed, but everybody was over on the other side and not the pharmacy. So I ended up, they had 2 on the shelf, so I ended up getting both of them. So I spent $30 for these after taxes, because they came out to $15 exactly. But this is enough. And this will last a while, because he said just do 1 drop a day. And he said do it in the morning when I wake up. He said, and this gel, he said it's a lot better than the drop. He said because it's thicker, and I can tell it's real thick. So I'll start using this on tomorrow. Okay, so then, because, we have, where my Myers is. The Menards is right across from Myers. Then the Joann Crafts is right there in the same complex as Myers. And the Target is in the same complex too. Then there's this King Crab place there. And it's a few other little stores around. Okay, but across the street you have Menards. And then right next to Menards, across the street from them, is Best Buy and Costco. So on the way back home, I was like, let me stop at Best Buy because I want to at least price these cameras. Plus, I had received, because I'm a Best Buy member, I paid this membership last year. And I did it because I got a food grinder, I got my food processor, and a few other attachments for my KitchenAid mixer. And I got it at a steal last year. I bought like maybe $500 worth of stuff. And I think I spent about $74 altogether for all that stuff, because I did the membership. And then I had the Best Buy credit card. So I was able to do the membership on the credit card, plus get those items. And I had that paid off in no time, okay? So that was the end of that. And the only time I've used that card since was getting that tripod. And then the membership renewed about a month ago. So I had just paid all that off, so I was like, okay, so I'm back to square one. So I was like, let me go see what they have, in the camera department, because I said I wanted to get another camera. Now, the other thing that I needed, but I was trying to wait on it. In fact, I started to get it in the summer. I was going to charge it back in the summer, but I was like, nope, I'm going to wait because the price is still a wee bit too high for me. And that was a new iPad. Now, here's my old one. And yes, that's what I bought. This is my old iPad. It's an iPad Pro. I bought this. This will be 11 years old next month. I bought this in, it was either late 2013 or whenever the iPad Pros first came out. I bought it brand spanking new because I had been waiting for a bigger size iPad. So when the Pro came out, this is, what I bought. I know I've had it at least 10 years. I think I bought it in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 10 years old, but I bought it in early 2014. So this will be 11 years old next month because I know I bought it in January. So this is it. So it's all beat up, as you can see. It's on its last leg, even the case, all that. Then it's all dirty in the back and all that. So it was time, and it's outdated. It's a 64 gig, and it's outdated. They wouldn't even take it for a trade-in or to give me anything on it. That's how bad this was, because it's so old. She told me this is outdated. So she was like, you may as well keep it. So this will now be the last iPad I had, I gave it to my niece, but my niece just bought a new one because she works now. She was a teen. In fact, I gave her that one when I bought this. I had a smaller one, and it was a nice iPad, and so I gave that to her, and she used that up until recently. She just bought another iPad, so she has her own. So I'm going to keep this, and since I can still watch TV on it and work on it and all that, I'm going to use it if I ever go in the hospital. I can take this with me without any fear of something happening to it or anything like that. So I'll use it for that, or even if I take it from the house like if I go to my sister's or something like that, I'll take it. Now I am going to go on and order a new cover for it, and I'm going to clean it up and make it look presentable, but I'm going to keep it. Okay, so this is the one I bought. Now this is smaller. The newer iPad Pros are smaller than because the old ones that I bought when they first came out, they were like 15 inches. And I'm going to show you the difference. The screen size is basically the same, but if you notice, see the white around the edges? That's an inch or ½ inch on each side, top and bottom. And so you have the smaller screen, which is 13 inches, but they considered it a 15-inch because of the border. This one, the new one, and I'm going to show it to you, it has to set for, well, it doesn't have to, but the lady told me that it needs to set for at least 24 hours so that the shield protection can set on it. And so I told her that's exactly what I'll do. I'll let it just sit. So I'm not going to get on it or anything until tomorrow. First of all, I was going to get, because they had open boxes. And when they sent me my thing last night, I decided, okay, let me look at the iPads, because they said that they had some iPads and iPad Pros, iPad Airs on with the open box. So when I got there, I was like, let me see your open box iPad, because I'm thinking about, you know, striking while the iron's hot. I said, because if these tariffs hit, they already said the electronics and things like that, game consoles, anything from Mexico, China, or Canada, the prices are going to skyrocket because of the tariffs. And so I said, you know, if I wait till later next year, which I had planned to do, I was going to try to wait to maybe June or July to get the iPad. But then I was like, I better do it now, and while I can, you know. And then the credit card was clear too. So they had open boxes, but because I'm a member, there were, if I bought new, there were certain things that I qualified for. So when it was over and done with, an open box would have cost me only $10 less than a new one. So they knocked off, you know, I got, because of the not Black Friday, but because of whatever they're doing now, cyber or whatever they're doing now, it knocked off a couple of hundred of that. I ended up getting this because I'm a member. This was included, so it came like a package. So this was priced at, I think, $79, and I really don't like this, so I did just ordered the magnetic, but it's different from this. The magnetic one that I just ordered for this one is suede. It's a suede leather, and it's magnetic on the front and the back. So the cover is like a portfolio. It covers the front and the back of the iPad, and it's magnetic on both sides. And then I can still flip it and stand it just like you can with this. So, and it was real cheap. It was very, I paid under $20 for it. It was free shipping. So I'll get it by Monday. And so that's what I will use for this iPad. But since this was thrown in as part of the package deal, here it is. And it's okay. In fact, you know what? I probably can use this one for that one. In fact, I'm gonna take this out the box and see if my old iPad fits in this. Then that way I don't have to order a new cover for that. I can just use this because it does the same. I just don't like, this isn't leather. It's like the inside is plastic, and this is just like a regular cloth mesh or whatever. So I'm gonna see if this fits, and if it does, then that solves that problem. Okay, but in the meantime, okay, so before I open it up, okay, so I got the iPad, I saved on that. Included in the package was the portfolio, and they also included the protective, the iPad screen protector, as well as the installation, because they normally charge $14 for the Geek Squad or whoever to install the screen protector. And so that was all free. So I was like, wow. So I saved some money. I saved at least, I would say, $400 altogether with getting the new iPad plus the accessories that came with it. So because I saved all that money, Of course, I got a stylus. I bought a new stylus. But now this iPad, when I bought that, I bought a Marshall speaker. And you all probably haven't seen it because it's in my third bedroom where the plants are, and it's up on that top shelf. It's about this wide. It's a big one, and it's also an amplifier. I could plug a guitar in it, and it would serve as a guitar amplifier as well. But that thing has the sound to beat all sounds. I mean, it thumps and it bumps. Okay? Well, I decided, this was about maybe 2 months ago, I decided to turn it up loud, okay? I wanted to see what it sounded like on 10. I just decided to do that one day. I don't know why. And when I did it, yeah, it thumped and bumped. But now, I didn't blow the speaker, but now it'll play, but then it gets real staticky while it's playing. So I think I ruined it, okay? And like I said, it was just as old as the iPad itself. So anyway, I told her, I was like, I need to get a new Bluetooth speaker. I said, I just want something small that will sound decent. So if I play my music or whatever on the iPad, I have the sound. Plus my computer is Bluetooth too. So I can always switch over, which I did with that Marshall. Whenever I get on the computer, like writing or whatever I'm doing, then I can hit the speaker if I play a game or something and the sound comes through the speaker. So she's showing me the beats and all that. I wasn't interested in that. And so she was like, we have some other speakers on the other end. And I said, you know what? I have a Marshall. I was like, but it's so big and bulky and it's messed up on me. She was like, oh, we have Marshall. So they actually had the big speaker like what I had, which I didn't want another one of those. And plus the price of it, because, oh, that price has quadrupled since I bought the one I bought 10 years ago. And I'm almost off, y'all, because I know we're getting towards 40 minutes. But they also had like a baby cube Marshall. It was okay, but the beat on it wasn't what I wanted. Then they had the second size, which is what I got. Then they had that big giant one. And then they had one that's probably the size of the iPad. I didn't want that one either. So I got the one second to the cube size, which is this one. And it was cheap. It was how much was this thing? It was under 100. I know, because it was on sale. So it's a carry, and this thing is heavy. So anyway, it comes with the strap and everything, and it looks just like my other one. It's just miniature. You know, my other one is probably 3 times the size of this, and this doesn't have an amplifier or anything, but it is Bluetooth, and it also has a plug, so I can plug it in and use it. So this one is going to be put on my nightstand in the bedroom instead of in the other bedroom. I'm going to keep that other Marshall speaker there, although it's unplugged. I'm going to see if, because I said I want to look at it and see if maybe it's not all the way plugged in or something, because it's something that's not right with it, and I haven't inspected it because it's up on that shelf and I didn't feel like bringing it down. So now I'm going to bring it down and see. So if it works still, then I will continue to use it. But I can hook that to any other thing, Bluetooth, my phone. I have a lot of other Bluetooth items, you know, that are compatible. So it's not going to be a waste. And I like this smaller one because I can carry it with me. I could use this in my car if I wanted to. But anyway, so I have the book here and stuff. So because I saved that extra money, I was able to splurge and get the Bluetooth speaker. So now let me go on and show you the iPad. It is a beauty, y'all. It is a beauty. And I'm happy. And this will probably be my final one. But like I said, when you strike when the iron's hot, and I'm thankful for it. Okay, I'm blowing the dust, but here it is, y'all. This is it. And see how the edge is, you know, the screen comes all the way to the edge, and then, you know, the protector is on there. That's why I'm holding it like this, so that I don't smudge it. But anyway, it's a smudge proof, which I doubt it's going to still smudge. But I can clean it with like an eyeglass cleaner or whatever, and it won't ruin the screen because it's a thick plastic. And I just like it. I think it's beautiful, and the picture on it is exquisite. I'm going to really enjoy this, and it's heavy, and I like how thick it is. It's a lot thicker than my other iPad. And then once I get it into the sleeve that I ordered is going to look really nice. So believe me, so that's it. So I'm happy to have it, and that's it. So this is probably the only time you'll see it because I usually don't even use it. You know, it stays, my iPad usually stays, you know, in my bedroom. I just use it in there. I don't carry it around. Well, that one I would take to the hospital and stuff. But now, since I have two, that will be my carry around iPad. And then this one will be my home iPad. Okay, so you guys, we're at 40 minutes, so I'm sorry this went so long, but I had a lot to say today, so that's it. So the next time you see me, I'm thinking, well, no, I was going to make some Christmas crack, but I didn't buy the ingredients for them today, so I might go to my little local store, right? You know, I can go to the one up the street or the one around the block, and I can get the ingredients. So when I do that, I will share that recipe. What was the other thing? Oh, once my new mask come in, I'll probably show y'all that. And that's it. So I will see you guys later. I probably will not be on until probably the weekend or whatever. So unless I do a short or unless, you know, but you'll see me online because I'll be, you know, looking at you guys' videos and responding accordingly, which I plan to start doing in a few minutes. So I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. It seems like I'm forgetting something, but we'll pick it up on the next time. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.